Celebrities, more specifically, female celebrities, have long been derided for speaking up about the causes they care about. The need for political celebrities to stick to what they know is, after all, a phrase that's been heard at many a conservative-leaning dinner table. Thankfully, it's also an idea that countless women celebrities have roundly ignored, and the world is all the better for it. Nowadays, the line between female celebrities and famous activists can feel increasingly blurred. From Black Lives Matter to climate change activism, celebs have been occupying meaningful roles within movements, if only to lend their finances and support while passing the mic to communities that lack their platform. In this video, we've rounded up 9 black celebrities that fight for a cause in a way that's generated real impact. While we may know and love them for their musical talent or their star power on screen, these female celebrities are also timeless examples of the good that can come from speaking up. 8. Laverne Cox. Laverne Cox has routinely been hailed as a high-profile trailblazer for her work fighting for transgender people's rights and representation.
Adult life, I've been advocating. I remember when we were trying to get human rights protections for trans folks here in New York City in the early 2000s.
Though she's earned a number of firsts for the trans community, including becoming the first transgender cover star of Time magazine and the first transgender person to win a Primetime Emmy, she's hardly content to stop at personal accolades. From successfully pushing for IMDb to change their birth name policy, to advocating for the trans cast members of Pose to receive Emmy nominations, she's worked to help advance other trans actors and artists. And outside of Hollywood, she's regularly used her platform to call attention to everything from anti-trans laws and policies to ending violence against trans people too. 7. Mindy Kaling.
Hi, I'm Mindy Kaling.
Mindy Kaling has for years been an advocate for inclusion and representation in Hollywood.
Unfortunately, in some industries like Hollywood, and especially comedy writing, there isn't a lot of change unless you decide to make the decision to help women.
She says seeing the millions of babies who look exactly like her daughter, who don't have the same advantages that she does, is very chilling to her, and it's very personal to her now that she sees her daughter's face every single morning. Since then, the scope of her activism has increased, including through her partnership with Stella Artois, and Port Forward campaign, which works to address the global drinking water crisis. For Kaling's 40th birthday, she made donations to a drinking water non-profit organization, including 40 other organizations she made donations to, with causes like the Nature Conservancy and End Rape on Campus also represented. 6. Yara Shahidi.
It is a moment to be in conversation with one another so that we can figure out what matters to us, because it's what should matter to the U.S.
At the age of 17, before she herself was able to vote, Blackish star Yara Shahidi was already galvanizing her peers to head to the polls through 18, her nonpartisan organization dedicated to registering and mobilizing young voters. Also as a teen, she started Yara's Club in partnership with the Young Women's Leadership Network of New York, working to equip girls from disadvantaged backgrounds with online mentorship. 5. Serena Williams. The tennis legend has long been an advocate for women, and especially for black women. She's campaigned against everything from unequal pay for female athletes to body negativity, including sexist dress codes in tennis.
Well, the day I stop fighting for equality and for people that look like you and me, will be the day I'm in my grave.
But it was perhaps her own experience becoming a mother that catapulted Williams' activism to new levels. After facing life-threatening complications following the birth of her daughter, an experience she penned a moving essay about, Williams became a primary investor in Mommy, a health tech company dedicated to identifying care gaps and ending the black maternal mortality crisis in the U.S. In fact, Mommy is one of multiple women-founded organizations that Williams backs. Serena Ventures, her venture capital fund, routinely invests in women-owned businesses.
Well, I would like to see people, the public, the press, and other athletes in general just realize that and respect women for who they are and what we are. I don't think I would deserve to be paid less because of my sex.
4. Beyonce. For celebrity causes that have generated real impact, one need look no further than Beyonce's Be Good Foundation. In the past couple of years alone, Be Good has donated $6 million in mental health services and more to families impacted by the pandemic, with an additional $500,000 given to help families avoid eviction. Well before COVID, though, housing insecurity is something Beyonce worked to address. In her hometown of Houston, she donated $7 million to build Knowles Temenos Place Apartments, a housing complex offering living space for dozens of displaced individuals. She's also given frequently to the Black Lives Matter movement, too. Both Beyonce and Jay-Z donated huge sums of money to jailed protesters in Baltimore and Ferguson, where they additionally lent support by attending protests and meeting with victims' families. 3. Oprah Winfrey. No list of celebrities that fight for a cause would be complete without Oprah on it. From providing disaster relief and addressing homelessness to helping finance the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History, philanthropy has been the true bedrock of Oprah's career.
It's been difficult for us to be heard, but not anymore. Not anymore because we have the National Museum of African American History and Culture.
Education, in particular, is a cause that's near to her heart. By 2012, it was estimated she donated about $400 million to educational causes, including the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, as well as hundreds of scholarships to Morehouse College, an HBCU in Atlanta. In 2013, her philanthropy work even earned her the highest award a U.S. civilian can get, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. 2. Viola Davis.
As an arbiter of the law with whole knowledge of historical jurisprudence in this country, race must always be considered a variable.
You have precious time, Miss Keating. I suggest that you don't waste it by making arguments you've already made.
These are not my words, Justice Strickland. They're yours.
The How to Get Away with Murder actress has been vocal about her own childhood as one of more than 15 million kids in the U.S. facing hunger daily. As an ambassador for Hunger Is, a charity that aims to fight childhood hunger, and as a national spokesperson for No Kid Hungry, Davis has been working to spread awareness about the impact of pandemic-fueled food insecurity on children. As she told No Kid Hungry, the uncertainty of where your next meal will come from is a scary thing and it consumes every waking moment you have.
Growing up in poverty, because you can't talk about it too much because it's not a pretty story and we've got to thrive, we've got to be boss. Then if I can't talk about that, then I can't show up. And if I don't show up, I can't connect with anyone.
1. Nina Simone. The iconic singer is sometimes called the voice of the civil rights movement, and for good reason. Many of her songs perfectly capture the tumult of the 60s. She wrote Mississippi Goddam as a response to the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing in Birmingham, Alabama that killed 4 young black girls. Its lyrics, "You don't have to live next to me or just give me my quality." The song was banned in a handful of southern states and many of the records sent to radio stations were returned destroyed. Simone's song Young, Gifted, and Black also became one of the movement's key anthems. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up and leave a comment on your thoughts on what you think about our top 8 colored female celebrities.